Capricorn, welcome to Bluntsaggie Tarot. My name is Robin. Capricorn, I have never gone live on Bluntsaggie Tarot for you, for any individual sign, as a matter of fact. I don't think. So we're making history here on Bluntsaggie today. I wanted to start going live a little more frequently, a little more often for the individual signs. And I'm starting with you. Let's do it. Capricorn, I want to do your monthly reading. So let's see what you can expect this month of April 2025. Let's get ahead of the energies. Let's see what's coming towards you. Let's hope some people join us in the live. I know it's a little surprised, a little unexpected, and I didn't announce it. I'm just going on live, baby. We're just going with the flow here at Bluntsaggie. So let's get into your reading. When it comes to my monthlies, I'm defaulting back to how I used to do them. So Capricorn, we're going to start with a 3-card spread. We're going to find out where Spirit wants you to focus, pay your attention to this month. We're going to talk about your biggest obstacle, your barrier, your challenge, and we're going to get your advice to help you with that challenge. Then we'll move into the reading. We'll see what's going on, what's coming down the chute, what you can expect this month. So Capricorn, let's talk about you. Let's see what's going on. And if you're joining me live, joining me after, I do ask that you hit the thumbs up, give a like to the channel, to the video. It helps the reading gets out there. It helps the other Capricorns get it. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Hey, everybody in the chat. Hey, Cat. Hey, ST. Hey, Jamie. I know, Jamie, I like to keep you guys on your toes. I like to go with the flow. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's talk about where Spirit wants you to focus this month. Spirit guides, where you want Capricorn to focus on this month of April 2025. Where's the focus? Okay, balance, harmony, 4 of Wands could be your home life. Okay. And what is the biggest obstacle, challenge, or barrier for Capes? The Lovers could revolve around a relationship, or it could be a decision. We shall find out. The advice. Okay. The Devil, Capricorn, and the Hanged Man. Okay. Pisces energy. Gemini, Capricorn, Pisces energy on the table. I do want to see what's on the bottom here. What is that? 5 of Pentacles. And there's the 6 of Wands, giving a lot of attention to something. Okay, let's see what's going on, Capricorn. Let's get into your reading. 4 of Wands energy. Where do you want Capricorn to focus? Let's understand this. What does this mean? What area of the 4 of Wands do you want them to prioritize or focus on? The Knight of Wands. I feel more balance here. There's a Page of Cups. Okay, there's the World. I do feel you're going back and forth. I do feel you have a big decision this month. I think that's your challenge there. I do feel it revolves around, it could be your job with the 10 of Pentacles. It could be a family member or friends who feels like a family member or partner. They want you to stay balanced this month. So they want you to focus on whether balancing your emotions, balancing your feminine, your masculine, but really focusing on what you want, because there's the Knight of Wands, and I feel that's you going back and forth this month. Do I do this? Do I not? You know, remember when you're kids and you peel the flower, he loves me not. He loves me, he loves me not. There's a very back and forth energy here this month, and they want you to stay balanced on that. Neutralize your emotions, neutralize your thoughts, right? Go into meditation if you have a big decision to make, but ultimately be balanced when you make that decision. You don't want to make the decisions when you're in a back and forth or hot and cold energy. I mean, you can, but those tend to be the decisions that you might go back on or you might later regret. So this month, they want you to focus on staying balanced during some difficult times or difficult situation or decision that you have to make. Because I do feel with this Lovers, that's a decision. The Lovers on a deeper level can represent your inner morals, your inner compass, making the best decision for yourself, right? When we look at the Rider-Waite deck, it's Adam and Eve, and the little snake is in the background. So he's tempting Eve. So there's temptation here. Is Eve going to do what's best for her? Or is she going to give in to temptation and maybe do something that's not? I do feel your biggest challenge this month is the decision. Let's understand if you want to add or say anything else here to the Lovers. That's just you, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. I do feel there's your partnership, relationship, friendship. For many of you, I feel it's love. But also I get the feeling some of you, because that 5 of Pentacles is there, it could be business or career. Am I in the right field? Am I doing the right thing, right? Technology, AI is taking over a lot of jobs. Does your job have a future? Does the company have a future? What is it that you want? And there's the 9 of Cups. So your biggest challenge in April, Capricorn, is making the best decision for yourself or just making that decision. The advice is the Devil and the Hanged Man. So the Devil I feel is you, but I also feel it's like worries, anxieties, fears, the back and forth energy. And we understand the Hanged Man. So in this deck, it is the Hanged Woman, but it is the card of Yeshua, the card of Jesus, the card of enlightenment, the card of pause, the card of sacrifice. What's the Hanged Woman here for Capricorn? What is the Hanged Woman or the Hanged Man? Okay, what's the advice? Oh, there's the back and forth energy. And there's the Three of Pentacles. Trust your intuition. There's the High Priestess. I feel part of the advice is not to say anything until you've made your decision, right? Like, let's say it's a job and you're considering quitting your job. Don't go talking about, don't go up to your boss and like, I don't know if I'm happy here. I might be quitting my job soon, right? Like, don't like shoot yourself in the foot. If it's a relationship and you're considering leaving that, it might be best to really wait until you make the decision in order to express that, because there's the karma and the wheel of fortune. The advice, and we also have the Three of Pentacles, is alchemy. The advice is not to make this decision or express the concerns about this decision until you've made your mind up, right? You're not sure if you want to be in this relationship. You don't want to sit there and put doubts in that person's mind. What if you're just having a bad day and you change your mind? What if you are going to leave? So there's an element in the advice here is to not express yourself or not communicate that until you've made your decision, right? If you're going to quit your job, no one knows you're quitting your job till you go in there and quit. If you want to leave this relationship behind and you want to divorce or separate this person, it's going to be a conversation that you have when you're ready to leave, right? So there's an element here of make sure you know your decision before you express yourself. Because sometimes if we express ourselves prematurely, we can create more obstacles and challenges for ourselves, and it doesn't go the way that we want it to go. So the advice is to know exactly how you feel before you express yourself or before you communicate your decision to the person who, however it's playing out for you here this month. Okay, Cap, that's the first part of the reading. Let's get into your general spread and let's check in on the, we have the Star in reverse. So that's a hopeless feeling. You might really feel like the situation's hopeless. We're going to see. But I feel like everything pops out, flies out for a reason, and that's a really hopeless energy. It could be a lack of compassion. Maybe the person you're dealing with is not respecting you, showing you love, showing you compassion, and you got to prioritize yourself, baby. Let's check in. Let's see what's going on. Let's get into the reading part. What is coming towards Capricorn in April? What is this? Oh, we have a little oracle energy here. We have no place like home. Home is where your heart is. And when you make decisions that are heart-led, you'll always be led in the right direction. Oh, my cards are all flipped over. Yin, very feminine, passive energy. All that glitters. And there's community. So all that glitters is really, it's like if it's a job example, right? You were so excited when you started this job and now you've been there for a year and you're like, oh gosh, this is crap. There's no opportunity for me, right? If you're in a relationship with someone, when you met them, they were one person, and as time has gone on, you start to see their true colors and they're really not the person you want. So all that glitters is something that you thought was golden, and it turned out to be a little rusty, which is why you're going to be in this back and forth in April. And community is not being afraid to ask for help, or if you just need a friend to vent on or a family member to advise or listen. Sometimes you don't need advice. Sometimes you just need to get it out. Sometimes you do need advice. So it's not being afraid to ask for that or to express yourself to a neutral third party to allow yourself to work through your feelings and that decision. What is the emphasis here for Capricorn? Well, Capricorn, how suitable, baby, how suitable. The energy around you is serious, materialistic, and hardworking. It bestows shrewdness and cautious ambition. Okay, I'm just going to get these off the table because I hate a lot of clutter. I'm not a fan of clutter. Okay, that makes me anxious, Capricorn. So let's get into your reading. Let's see what this energy is. Let's see what's coming towards you in the month of April 2025. And Cap, I'm going to try and start going live weekly for you. So I'm going to try and get these out on a weekly basis. It's just a change that I wanted to make all year. It's just one of those things. I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance, but I'm making the time. There's your decision. We start off April with the Lovers. Okay. So you may already be in this energy right now because it is, what is it? April 3rd today. So you might, and then there's the Four of Pentacles. Okay. The Four of Pentacles is balance. As you can see, it's a lot. It can be stable. It can be stability, but the Four of Pentacles is also holding on, holding back even. Yeah, it is. You're holding back here as you contemplate. It's very similar to the energy that we just discussed. Not much has changed in the energy here. There's the Fool. I do feel you make your decision here. Okay. What's with the Fool? What's with that energy for, Capricorn? Hey, everybody live. Everybody in the chat. Hey, Spot, SP. I think that's Got Beats. How's it going? Hey, Joshua. King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Oh, I missed this flipper. Okay. Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's you figuring it out, learning. You know, he's looking, there's very masculine energy here. Oh, that's the Knight of Swords. What am I saying? Excuse me. Excusez-moi. Knight of Swords. I stand corrected. And there's the King of Wands. Very masculine energy. There's a Three of Swords, which is interesting because up here is the feminine. So it's really about kind of balancing those two energies to make that decision. And there's the Nine of Cups. It's like, I feel, I mean, you know what I'm hearing? Like, love hurts. You know, sometimes it hurts to make the best decision for ourselves. So we have, did I say the signs? I can't remember. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag, but a very masculine energy down here. But this Knight of Swords is a very different energy than the other decks, right? And the Knights kind of tell us direction, they tell us speeds, they tell us emotions, and this guy's standing here, standing still, looking at the Ace of Swords. He's being honest with himself. He's not impulsive. He's not rushing. He's being honest about what is best for him and what really should he do here. So we're going to start with the Lovers. What else do you want to say about the Lovers? What's this energy? That flew over there. Okay. The Four of Cups. It's, well, that's pretty straightforward. You figuring out what you want. The Four of Cups and the Three of Cups. So the Four of Cups and the Three of Wands. What do you want? What is going to make Capricorn happy? We do start this month off in a very contemplative energy, right? When we look at the Eight of Cups in this deck, it's not walking away yet. She's got some past, she's got some decisions to make. She's in a very contemplative energy, trying to figure out what the best option is for her. And there's the Four of Pentacles, being stable when you make the decision, right? If something's happened that's made you upset or frustrated, you don't want to make your decision in that sense. So there's a very balanced and contemplative energy to start the month of April for you. And then we have the Fool. Let's talk about the Fool energy. Oh, hold on a sec. There it is. Emperor energy. Here's the masculine energy here. So, and there's the Ace of Pentacles. There's the Ace of Wands. There's a realization here this month, Capricorn. I don't think it's an easy one. I'm really sorry. I feel there's the Five of Cups. Like, whatever the situation, for some of you, I do feel it's business, and some of you, I feel it's love or a friendship. But it's this realization that this person's not going to change. The situation's not going to change. Your boss isn't going to change. They're not going to pay you more. The job you're in is not going to change. These are your duties. You know, the relationship, this person's not going to change. You know, maybe they leave the toothpaste off the cap or the cap off the toothpaste, or they leave the toilet up and you're falling in the toilet in the middle of the night. But whatever it is, it's like you're just accepting, understanding, and realizing they're not going to change. And what I see you is making the decision to let that go. I do see you either quitting your job or leaving the relationship. You're taking a leap of faith in a new direction this month because this is what your heart is telling you is the best option for you. Now, we do have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. So there's two aces here, which does represent success. It represents a fresh start and a new beginning. The Ace of Wands is a frequency increase. Maybe you're just growing apart, right? Maybe they didn't do anything. You're just growing apart. Your frequency is increasing. You're on a different path, right? We live in duality. So there's a lot of splitting in the world right now. And some people are going to go through the anger or the lower virtue energy. And some people are going to go through the consciousness and the higher virtue energy. It's that duality. And I'm saying that for some of you, you've just grown apart. And you're just going down a different path than this person. But it does tell us that with this creativity, with this frequency increase, you're making the right decision because the Ace of Pentacles is a successful, fresh start. So you've thought about it, you've contemplated it, you've realized and you've accepted this person, this situation's not going to change. I got to do what's best for me, baby. And that's all you can do, Kat. It's all that you can do. So the King of Cups, let's see what this King of Cups is. It could be an energy. It could be a person. Let's see what the King of Cups is. Hey, everybody live, everybody in the chat. How you doing? Hey, Letta, I'm glad you could catch me. Hey, Cat. I'm glad it resonates. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles. I feel the King of Cups is you here. So I feel, and there's the Strength. having the courage to follow your heart. I don't think it's easy. Let's say you've been married for 20 years. That might not be the easiest thing to do. Let's say you've been working there and now you want to start your own business. So there's an element here of really stepping up your game, right? The 10 of Pentacles on a deeper level is being the queen on the chessboard. It's stepping up your game in this game of life. It's becoming that queen. It's making your own moves. No longer is Capricorn a pawn. You're not a pawn anymore. So I think the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups is you knowing that pain, that sorrow, that frustration, letting go something maybe you were attached to that you loved is just a temporary feeling. You've thought long and hard about this, and I actually feel like this masculine energy is you. I feel at the beginning of the month, you're very much in your feminine, you're being reflective, being a little passive, not really saying much, you're in that contemplative energy. And at the end of April here, you're in a very action-oriented energy. You're making moves. Let me bring the king back. You're making moves. You're confident in the choice that you're making. You're ambitious, right? If this is business, the King of Swords, why do I keep screwing up this card? Let's read it. The Knight of Swords is very ambitious. He has a lot of goals, a lot of aspirations. Maybe where you are, you're not going to accomplish them. And if it's in love, if it's in a friendship, you're just moving forward. It's not an impulsive energy. You're just taking action towards creating more balance, stability, and love in your life. You're just not happy where you are, and you're just realizing that it's not what you want. So Capricorn, there's a big shift in your energy this month. There's a big change. It is self-initiated. You're going to make this change. You're going to let go, and you're going to jump into that energy where you're making moves and you're taking action towards your goals. That's the first step to accomplishing your goals or accomplishing change, right? A lot of us visualize it, we plan it, we see it, and that's where I feel you're at the beginning. And at the end of April, you take action and you're making it happen. All right, that's what we have. So let's grab some oracles. Let's see what they want to say. We'll jump back into the tarot. We'll do a potential outcome as always. We'll see where you are in the month of May. And for those of you who are watching this after the live, share your opinion. I'm trying to create that balance on, acknowledging the people in the chat and the reading, and I don't want to annoy people who are watching it after, right? So I'm always open to opinions about how people feel about that. And for those of you who are here live, don't hesitate to give the thumbs up. It just helps that live get out, helps the reading get out. I've had a lot of people come and report my channel, and my Bluntsagie's in a lot of trouble, guys. I can't deny that because they think I'm not Robin. So they're coming to my channel and they're reporting me, and it's affecting my channel in a huge, huge way. So I'm hoping that changes. I don't want to leave YouTube. So let's see what you need to surrender this month. For those of you that are reporting me, this is Robin. I'm the Bluntsaggie. The fraudulent person who's stealing my tarot readers isn't on YouTube. YouTube is great about stopping the copycats. They're over on TikTok. So they're stealing my videos and they're putting them on TikTok. It's not happening on YouTube. So just want to clarify that, guys. I appreciate that you got my back and you're trying to report them, but you're reporting me and it's really me. Okay. What do you have to, how suitable, Capricorn? What do you need to surrender to this month? Outdated beliefs about yourself. So let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and you can soar in life. Yeah. Everything from your past, you gotta let it go. A little Usher there for you. Okay. And sometimes you gotta let it burn. Okay. What is, I'm sorry, Usher, I didn't mean to butcher your song. It just kind of came out, but Usher's a great singer. What is the spirit animal message here for Capricorn? Yeah, the antelope. That's what's up. Decisive action, and that's what I feel this month. So you're being told unequivocally that it's time to get moving. Set your intentions and take action towards making your dreams a reality. You have a door in front of you, so trust your instincts. Follow your heart. When you follow your heart, you are never led astray. Now, I do want to grab the Akashic Record. What's the Akashic Records here for? Capricorn. What's the Akashic Records? We got ourselves a couple. 1 second, Cappy. 1 second. Process. So it's time to put the long cherished ideas into action. That's what's up. That's why I love the oracles with the tarot. They always go so well. You will soon come into contact with the appropriate individuals, circumstances, and resources. Eventually, you will experience joy as well as brand new opportunities. So trust in the process. That's what's up. And don't freak out. Freak out. Okay. Pay close attention to the people in your life and your surroundings and your physical health. Don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid further issues. Communicate clearly and keep those healthy boundaries. All right, Cappy, where's my tarot? Where's my tarot? Let's do it. Let's get your potential outcome. Now, Capricorn, when I say potential, there's always free will. You're going to make the decisions you're going to make. And when I say outcome, let's see where you were in May 2025. We're going to go a month out. We're going to go next month. We'll see how this transition goes, how this change goes, if there's drama, problems, if it's smooth sailing, if you're just rocking and rolling. All right, we have Temperance, Sagittarius energy here, a lot of balance. What else we got here for us? Oh, well, let's get that card. Oh, it fell. One moment. The Ace of Swords. Hold on. Let me just grab that card. We have the Eight of Wands. Okay. Life throws you curveballs sometimes, and the Eight of Wands is that energy of moving in uncharted territories, uncharted directions, right? Moving in a path you never thought you'd go in. In the deck that I'm designing, my Eight of Wands moves into the Sun because the point of the card is you're moving in the right direction. Where you're heading might be different than you thought, right? Let's say this is career, you're changing your careers, changing your job. You maybe never thought you would do this, right? Maybe you've been married, you never thought you would do this, but you're heading in the right direction. It's just a little bit of a different direction. Okay. And there is the Hanged Man, the card of enlightenment. All right, one more. I feel here it might be some sacrifice though. We'll see what's on the Fool. Okay, and there's the Chariot. Some of you could physically be moving here with this Eight of Wands and the Chariot. Whoa, the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. And there's the Wheel of Fortune. So luck is on your side. The wheel's spinning in your favor here. There's a lot of positive energy towards you and this change and this transition that you're making. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is the card of alchemy. You're moving in the right direction. Where's the wheel going? Well, right to the Ten of Pentacles, baby. Happiness, contentment, building a name, a reputation, but most importantly, the Queen on that chessboard energy, making big moves. There's the Ace of Wands, your third eye's lit. It's on fire. You're making the right choice. And there's the card of success. This is the Emperor, and he masters the material realm. So that masculine energy is taking control here. You're creating that balance, of course, still between the masculine and feminine. We have the white and the black, between action and thought. There's a very strong element of forward movement and success, Capricorn. I do feel you were patient and thought long and hard about this. I don't feel any impulsive energy here. You're a Capricorn. So I feel it's well thought out, well balanced, well planned. You just know what you got to do. You just know. And so I do feel that the Hanged Man here, as you're moving into this uncharted territory and this new direction, it does represent sacrifice. There are going to be sacrifices you have to make. Let's say you're starting your new job. Or new job, you got to learn new, you got to get new people, you got to go somewhere new. Let's say it's a business, there's going to be sacrifices in the short term. Let's say it's a partnership. Well, now you're not going to be sharing finances. Maybe you had to sacrifice your house and you had to move to a new house. So there is an element of sacrifice here, but there's also knowing that it's a sacrifice that you can make. You can make this short-term sacrifice in order to create happiness. The seed of life is here. So there's an element here of seeding and planting new seeds, creating new opportunities for yourself, but moving in a new direction. So Capricorn, you're moving into uncharted territories. In the month of April, you're making big moves and big changes. And in the month of, did I say February? I don't know what I just said. Month of April, maybe you've been thinking about this since February. I'm going to have to watch that back. I'm live. I don't know what I just said. But in the month of April, you're making big moves and big changes. And in the month of May, you're feeling the consequences, but they're positive. You see direction, you see progress, you see movement, you see success, and that's what's important. So you make the right decision, you're moving in a new direction, but you're heading towards the sun, towards enlightenment, and towards happiness. Capricorn, that's what I got. That's what's up. That's what's going down. So Cappy, I sure hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. For those of you that were here with me live, I'm glad you could join me. And those for you that are watching this after, I'm going to be going live on a weekly basis, so maybe you can join me next time. But Cappy, let's close your reading off today with a yes or no question. Yes or no? What is the answer for Capricorn? What is the answer for Capricorn? Yes or no? Oh, you must be having a laugh. Are you having a little chuckle over there, Capricorn? Can we get a yes or no, please and thank you? Yes or no? Which is the answer for Capricorn? Yes or no? What's the answer here? Oh, maybe. You know, if someone got real mad on my last reading or one of my last readings when the answer was maybe, and they're like, that's not an answer. So third time's the charm. I won't leave you hanging. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? That's a Black Eyed Peas song for those of you who don't know. Yes or no? What's the answer for Capricorn? Can we get an answer? Possibly. That's the best I can do. I'm sorry if that angers you. Capricorn, that's what I have. I truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time. And those of you live, those of you here that could join me, hey, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Well, I'm glad they resonate with you, Edward. I hope you enjoyed your reading, Cat. So I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for joining me today. Again, I'll surprise you again next week, and I'll come back live. I wish you guys the best of luck. Have a great day. I'll be actually back very shortly with my Cancer reading for monthly. So I'll be live very shortly again. Bye, guys.